Namaste and good morning to you all. So now I'm planning to make a nice protein-rich kalu saru based from Karnataka, and this is my own style of making this curry. For about 30-35 years I've been making it in this fashion. Last night I soaked a small cup of 2 cups of, did you soak 2 cups? 2 cups of black chana. Soaked them for 8 hours. This morning I cooked them for 7 to 8 whistles on my cooker. I have cooked them and I've kept them ready. With salt, of course, with rock salt. This is my favorite brinjal. I cut about 4 of them. A nice big flower of cauliflower. Now to grind, these are the following things that you need. You need coconut, you need ginger, you need coriander leaves, just 2 to 3 ilachi. Today I have for masala I'm going to put only sambar powder masala. You can also make this with 2 spoons of dhania powder, 1 spoon of chili powder and half spoon of jeera powder. That is also possible. In case you don't have sambar powder, you can still make it. This is onion to garnish. 2 and some about 3 tomatoes. We don't add any tamarind or anything. Now if you see in many curries we add cashew nuts to thicken the gravy. In this case today I am having 8 of I am provided 8 nuts as my dinner, so I am going to use that for cooking for all. This is where it is. Let us start by now grinding the masala first. I am going to grind coconut, ginger, coriander, ilachi and sambar powder together. I repeat, I am going to grind coconut, ginger, coriander, sambar powder and ilachi together, along with 4 to 5 badams. If you do not want badam in that place, you can take just a handful of chana itself and grind. This is just to thicken the consistency. However, let's be informed, what I have found with my blood sugar levels is that when I have the curry that is thicker, then my blood sugars raise. So I like to generally keep my my curries or my dals slightly patla, little runny. So let me now grind this masala and come back. Ground. Today I would like to grind the tomatoes also. Sometimes I put them just like that to have it like a vegetable. But today I would like to grind the tomatoes. I will coarsely grind the tomatoes and pour it into the curry. I think I forgot to mention I need to add jeera for tempering. So now my vessel is ready. I add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. We are 5 members in our family and we have 3 more people to eat today. So we can add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of cold pressed groundnut oil. Allow it to heat for a while and add tablespoon, 1.5 teaspoon of jeera. Allow it to splatter. So now the jeera is splattering. Now I add the onions. I have added about 2 onions, 2 medium sized onions. Since this is a chana curry, definitely heavy blotting on the stomach. So you add a generous amount of hing or asafoetida. Bring it to a good fry. Now let's add the brinjals. In the normal course, if it's not for a diabetic, I would have asked you to add potatoes. But since we are not allowed potatoes in diabetics, I enjoy myself with a lot of brinjals and eggplant and cauliflower. So they also give me the same happiness as the potatoes could give me. So I do it. Add some turmeric for color. My spice levels are extremely low, so you will see that I add very little masala. I have not added any green chili or red chili or anything like that. The spice levels are more than enough for me because I generally have my lunch with millet based rice or millet chapati or something like that. So here I am. In this stage, I will add about a teaspoon of rock salt. As I told you, I prefer to use rock salt in my curries. You could add your salt as per your convenience. So here we are. The brinjals are getting cooked well. After this, I suppose you all know how to handle this cauliflower. Cauliflower was cut into pieces and soaked in lukewarm water with haldi and rock salt in it. This is to eliminate the worms, the small green worms that you find there. We need to be very careful with cauliflower. So I soaked it in the morning itself in lukewarm water. See, good amount of vegetables go in. This is for almost 8 of us today. We are a big family of 5 humans, 2 canines, and we also sometimes give food on Thursdays to our workers. We live in an apartment, so we feed 2 people on Thursdays. We love to do that. And we have a person who's asked for lunch for 1 person. So including all, it is about 8 people. Add salt once again to this and allow it to cook for some time. The masala is ground, so even the tomatoes are coarsely ground. They are not very, it's not a very fine paste. The vegetables have almost cooked. Now, in this stage, in addition to eggplant or cauliflower, you can also have capsicum, bell peppers. You can have them also. We have them, but no, I don't want to. Today I am happy with this. This is the ground masala. Add little water. Let the masala cook a bit and then we add the tomato paste. Let it cook a bit. You see the vegetables are boiling very well. Add little more hing. I'm adding lots of hing because it's going to be chenna, and you know how chenna is in the normal course. It's very gassy for the tummy. Masalas have cooked, the vegetables have cooked very well. Now I'm adding the brown chili. Now the gravy is thickened. Again, I allow it to cook along with everything for about 7 to 10 minutes, and then I finally garnish. Now the masala is cooked very well. I garnish it with coriander. You can also have curry leaves with this. Variations being, you can use capsicum. If you are not a diabetic person or you're using it for a party, you can have cashew nuts ground in place of badam. I have been very specific about what we add. So here it is, the curry is done. You can have this with the millet chapati I showed, with the tikki, with some more dishes. I will relate them to you. I hope you like this video. It's a very simple curry. If you have liked this video, please press the like button. Please share it with your friends. Please comment and subscribe, and also hit the bell button. Ting! Thank you and good evening.